Greetings Minecrafters, I am Nate T. Bird. In this video I will show you how to make passengers and vehicles interdependent. So if one dies, the other dies also. What do I mean by this? In the default game, if a skeleton is riding a horse and the player kills the skeleton, then the horse will remain and the player could potentially ride it. But what this system does is it makes it so that if the skeleton dies, the horse will also die, or if the horse dies, then the skeleton dies. So these two mobs are connected. They are essentially one mob. I created this system to make passive mobs hostile towards the player. When a chicken jockey exists, the chicken is going where the zombie that's riding it tells it to go. And this applies to other mobs. So right here we have a retextured snow golem, and if I go into adventure mode, then you'll see that the snow golem will attack me. And this is because there's an invisible zombie riding on top of this snow golem. So these two mobs are one mob because I don't want the player to know that the zombie exists, so it's invisible and it's invulnerable, and it tells the snow golem where to go, and then it attacks the player. So if this system didn't exist, then when the player kills the snow golem, then the invisible zombie would still be around and be able to attack the player and hurt the player. So I created this system so that when the snow golem dies, the invisible zombie that's not even supposed to exist will die with it. The first command in the system tags all vehicles if their passenger has died. The tag that it gives the vehicle is the kill tag to tell the system that this vehicle doesn't have a passenger, so therefore it should be killed. The way we do this is through the scoreboard tag command. We add the kill tag to all vehicles that match this NBT data. They're only going to match this data if their passenger has no health, or in other words, has died. To check to see if the passenger is riding a vehicle is a little bit more difficult. There's not a specific tag that we can use to say this passenger is riding a vehicle, so we do a little bit of a workaround. The first command adds the kill tag to all passengers. This is assuming the worst. We are assuming that the passenger is not riding a vehicle, so therefore it should be killed. The next command after this will fix that mistake, if it was a mistake, by removing the kill tag to all passengers that are riding a vehicle. But it's not exactly checking to see if they're riding a vehicle, because there's not a specific tag we can use to check for that specific thing. So we're checking to see if they're not on the ground, because if they are on the ground, it means that they're not riding a vehicle, so therefore they should be killed. So what we're doing is we're checking to see if they're not on the ground and if they're close to another vehicle. The reason why I do it this way is because the other way that you could do it doesn't make it look that nice. So I'll explain this command more in a minute, but right here I have a different way of doing this system. So right here we are adding the kill tag to all passengers that are on the ground. So let me show you how this system works. When I kill the horse, the passenger will float in the air for a little bit, land on the ground, and then die. It's delayed and it doesn't look that good. So I've done it this way to make it look a little bit more flawless. You'll see that as soon as I kill the horse, the passenger almost immediately dies. So let's get back into this command. What we're doing here is we're executing from all vehicles. So from the vehicles, we're running the tag command to remove the kill tag from any passenger that is within a 2-block radius of the vehicle and not on the ground. The reason why we're checking to see if it's within a 2-block radius is because that's close enough for the passenger that's riding the vehicle to be in range. So if there's a passenger riding the vehicle, it's going to be within a 2-block radius. So therefore we should remove the kill tag, but it's also got to not be on the ground, because if you did it a different way without this radius, then you can have, if you have two vehicles, so let's say we have two, so there's one horse, two horses, two passengers. So if I kill one of the passengers, then without the radius, the passenger would still be close to a vehicle. So we're checking just barely close enough. And I've found that 2 block radius is about as close as you can get without being too far or too close. So this is just my reasoning for why I did it this way. It just looks nicer. If you want to do it the other way with fewer commands, you can, but I think this works the best. And then finally we get into the kill tag, where we just kill all entities who have been tagged with the kill tag. And one thing to keep in mind is that if you have entities that would fight each other, such as a snow golem and a zombie, you should add them to the same team and set friendly fire to that team to false, because generally speaking, they won't attack each other if they're on the same team and friendly fire is set to false. So that's it for this video. I hope you learned something, and I hope this system is useful to you in some way. Thank you very much for watching, and have a fantastic day.